Welcome to my studio. Today our topic is heat transfer vinyl tips and tricks. I'm going to show you what I know about heat transfer vinyl and what many of my friends know about heat transfer vinyl who are all in either businesses or do this for fun, and we get together from time to time and learn from each other. Now this prompted me because I was looking at some Facebook groups, and a lot of people are having trouble with their heat transfer vinyl coming off of their products, their shirts or their bags, and that's problematic. It's problematic when you're doing it for fun, but it's even more problematic when you have a customer that is incredibly dissatisfied because the heat transfer vinyl is peeling off. So let's see if I can't get you a good basis for heat transfer vinyl and help you be a little more successful with that. Okay, heat transfer vinyl. How do you know what is heat transfer vinyl? Well, I had this question when I was starting, and I was like, gosh, this is so confusing. There's all these vinyls. How do you know? Just how do you know what is what? Well, I'm going to kind of get rid of that mystery for you a little bit here. So let's go down to the table. And these vinyls look the same, don't they? They look similar on the back. They both have a paper-ish looking backing. Well, this one is sticky vinyl, permanent vinyl, decal vinyl, sign vinyl, all those names. And I know that because there's paper on the back. If I peel this off, I think I have a corner peeled, ready? If I peel this back, you will see that the vinyl is sticky, but the paper is not. That's how I know it's sticky vinyl. It's sticky, one of two kinds of sticky vinyl. It's either 651, which is permanent vinyl, sign vinyl, decal vinyl, or it's 631, which is temporary vinyl, and that can go on your walls and things like that, and it won't hurt the paint. So that's how you know sticky vinyl. Heat transfer vinyl is really just as easy. Heat transfer vinyl has a backing, just like regular vinyl, but when I peel this back, you'll notice that this is not sticky. This is the vinyl. This is the plastic carry sheet. We call it a carry sheet, plastic sheet. So we know that that's heat transfer vinyl. Now, with heat transfer vinyl, you cut on the ugly side. So you have to mirror image or flip your images when you're using lettering or anything that matters to be straight up. Because you cut on the back side and you flip it over to heat press the good side, the pretty side. Cut on the ugly side, heat press on the pretty side. Okay, so this is a matte finish heat transfer vinyl. The more typical heat transfer vinyls that you're going to see are really pretty ones. Like this I think is called Crackle or Crystal or something. And it has a plastic clear sheet and it is sticky. The sheet is sticky and the vinyl is not. And you'll notice that it's harder to peel this from the backing because the backing is sticky. And see how soft this is? Heat transfer vinyl is generally softer, with the exception of a glittery vinyl, than other kind of vinyl. So you cut the ugly side and you press the pretty side. This one is kind of holographic. This is like a deco film or a printed heat transfer. I think it's a printed heat transfer vinyl. And this I got from my friend glittereyecandie.com from Dawn. And she sells it. I'll put a link in the comments and in the blog post. It's really pretty, but it's heat transfer vinyl. And it gives you some really pretty effects. This one is a glittery type vinyl. And you could probably see, I don't know if you can see clear enough, you get glitter left over on the transfer sheet from the glitter. And this is a little thicker, but this is sticky, and this is soft. This is soft. So you cut the ugly side, turn it over, press on the pretty side. Heat transfer vinyl. This one is Glitter Flex. It's very, very glittery. It has a glittery feel to it. Again, same thing. This one is a Deco Metallic, and this is just, it just presses beautifully. Okay, now, all of the vinyls, different kinds of vinyl, the glitter, the printed vinyl, the metallic, the matte finish, they all have different settings. They all have different heat settings that are required. They all have different pressure settings that are required. And they all have different times that are required for pressing. They all have different, or at least you have to pay attention to, whether they hot peel, warm peel, or cool peel. And by that I mean when you take it off of your heat press and you're getting ready to peel that plastic sheet off, some of them are hot peel, which means it comes off the heat press, it's hot. You can't put your hand on it very well, and you're going to peel it hot. Some are warm, which means you need to be able to put your hand on that plastic cover sheet and not feel the heat too much. Warm peels, you go slow. And others are cool peel or cold peel. You wait until they're cold or cool, and then you peel them. Okay? Every manufacturer has instructions. I'm going to show you that later. Let's talk about why some things may peel off of your product. It usually has to do with user error. Sad but true, it's usually something we've done wrong. Now, once in a while, I have had a vinyl or two that was older or a bad lot, and it didn't stick. But you're going to notice that pretty much at the beginning. You're not going to get it to stick. It's not, no matter what you do, it's not going to stick. And then you call the company and tell them, I think I have a problem. They're all really good about taking care of it. So possibilities of your vinyl, peeling after the fact, maybe after it's laundered. The first one would be maybe you didn't use enough pressure when you heat pressed it. The only way I know to get an adequate amount of pressure on heat transfer vinyl consistently is to use a heat press. I'm going to talk about heat presses in a few minutes. Perhaps you didn't have enough heat. Maybe you're new and you thought, oh, I know it's going to burn at 310 degrees, so I'll just back it off. Well, if you don't have enough heat, that adhesive can't liquefy, if you will, and infuse into the fabric, so it doesn't stick after a while. Perhaps you didn't use enough time. That same old, I'm afraid to do it for 18 seconds because I'm sure it's going to burn up. Follow the manufacturer's instructions. Incorrect backing removal, removing that plastic carry sheet incorrectly. If it's hot peel, maybe you waited too long. If it's warm peel, maybe you peeled too soon. If it's cold peel, maybe you peeled too soon. So you have to pay attention to those instructions. It may look like it works, but then your customer comes back and says, hey, this is peeling off after one washing. You don't want that. Okay. Things to know after you heat press and things to tell your customers about heat pressing. I will put this in the comments and in the blog post. First one is allow 24 hours after application of the vinyl to your product before washing. And the other thing I would do is allow it to completely cool, absolutely completely cool before handling it. Okay? If you're going to wash it, turn it inside out. It's less possibility for it to rub on the surface of those letters or the design. Less possibility it's going to come off and wear. Cold water wash, ultra dry tumble just to get wrinkles, and then I hang mine. I don't ever dry mine completely in the dryer. Now I have shirts here that I have done, and some of you probably have seen me wear them if you've been in an event with me, that I have laundered and worn and laundered and worn, and they don't peel off. They don't peel off. These shirts are probably 3 years old. It's because I do what the manufacturers say to do. You need to educate your customers, if you're doing this for profit, that there are certain things they need to do to protect their investment. Okay? So that's kind of important. No bleach. I don't care if you have a white shirt. No bleach. That's going to damage your product. And if you need to iron your shirt after the fact, after you've washed it and hung it to dry, you want to turn it inside out on the ironing board. I like to put a pressing sheet in between my shirt and my iron and use a low heat. Don't use a high heat because it will pull that vinyl off. It'll loosen it, and then you're going to have a problem. So follow those instructions, and these are pretty much universal from type of vinyl to type of vinyl from 5 or 6 companies. So these are universal. I will put these in the comments of the YouTube video and in the blog post on my blog. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, please, please, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell. That's going to give you a notification of new videos. I will be doing new videos on some of the products I'm talking about here, and you might want to be notified of them. If you're not a member of my blog yet, come on over, join, register. It's free. Everything on the website is there for you to look at and to enjoy and learn from. And I have some free designs up there for you and some other free stuff. So that's www.svgforfunandprofit.com. So come on over and join the fun. Okay, let's talk about heat presses, because this is a possible solution for your heat transfer vinyl to peel. I'm going to turn on my little heat press here, and I'm going to slip over here to this picture. This is my heat press. And this is a clamshell because it opens and closes like a clamshell. I like this because I have plenty of room in here to put my product so that I don't burn myself. And it's big enough. I think it's a 15-inch. So it's big enough for most things that I do. The other thing I like is when I bring this arm down, you can see the heat temperature right here. And you can program it. So I want it, say, to get to 305 degrees and stop there. It does, and it holds. You can also program, when I push this down, how many seconds you're going to heat press for. So I had it set for 18 seconds. Now, if you're doing this for a business and you have 50 shirts for a family reunion, you don't want to have to reset that heat press or count 50 times. So a heat press like this is really going to be valuable for you and time saving, because just press it down, it beeps, you open it up, put the next one in, and go, go, go. And you're done in, an hour or so. So heat press is the best solution for heat transfer vinyl. The next option for you is an iron. My iron is not on, just so you know. Next option is an iron. The reason I don't like an iron as well is because you can't possibly get consistent pressure when you're doing your heat transfer. And your heat transfer vinyl really needs consistent pressure to stay well and to get infused. So you would do this, if this was your product, you would put your iron on the wool setting, put your iron here, and gently press, but don't move it. It's very easy when you press for it to slip a little bit. If it does, it's going to move your heat transfer. So put your iron down and apply a little bit of pressure. When your time is up, lift it, move it, give it a little pressure. When your time is up, lift it, move it. Don't ever do this. If you do that, you're going to have a mess. You're going to have heat transfer vinyl that's all squished and looking ugly, and you're not going to be real happy with the product. The next option, I do not have one of these, but I have a goal set for it, so I'll have it soon, and I'll do a video on it and how I like it, how to use it. That is the Cricut Easy Press. Now, this is intriguing to me. I've used it several times at an event. I like it because it's portable. It weighs somewhere between 6 and 9 pounds, I think I have in my notes, 6 and 9 pounds. And it comes in 3 sizes. It comes in 6 by 9, 9 by 9, and 10 by 12. 10 by 12 is plenty big enough to do shirts, if you're going to do shirts. What I do like about it is it's a consistent weight, but I do recommend that if you're going to use this heat press, you set a table that's a little bit below your waist that's really sturdy. And when you set the heat press, it kind of works like this. If you have your product, you lift your heat press up and you set it down, and then you apply a little pressure for the prescribed time. It has a countdown, has settings, you can set the time, all that kind of stuff, and then lift it up and put it in the stand. I'll do a video for you on that, but I didn't want to skip this on this video. These are really affordable. That's the other thing. The Easy Press is really, really affordable. They go on sale. They're about $249 for the big one, and they go on sale all the time. This heat press, my clamshell heat press, is under $300. It's the way I recommend you go. But if you're a crafter and you go out and you do a lot of craft days with your friends, great, great feature. Okay, so that's that. It goes up to about 400 degrees, the Easy Press, so it should do a great job for you. It's in a little stand, so it's safe, and it heats up in about 1 to 3 minutes for your heat pressing needs. The next thing is that I hear is, oh my gosh, I put this heat transfer on this shirt and I misspelled the word. I've got to get it off because it's a customer shirt. Okay, well, let's talk about that. I have not tried to get heat transfer vinyl off a shirt, but I know people who have and who have had really good success with it. I'll put this document linked in the post and in the YouTube comments so that you can go and download this for yourself. But basically what it says is you lay your shirt on a hard surface, like an ironing board, and then you put a towel in between, inside. Put a towel inside. Then you take a hairdryer. Don't use a heat gun. A heat gun is for the purpose of melting things. Don't use a heat gun. You don't want it to melt. You want it to loosen. And you don't want to fire, and you don't want it to burn. So use a hairdryer. Get the hairdryer down there as hot as you can get it, and then use your tweezers to lift the heat transfer vinyl off. I'm told it works. After that, you may have some residue. If you do have some residue from the heat transfer vinyl, Amazon has a product called Heat Transfer Vinyl Remover for Fabrics. I will link to this in the blog and in the YouTube post. That works pretty well. I'll get all these products and I'll use them and do a video for them so that you can see if they do, if they're a success or a fail. But those are ideas for you for getting those off. Another thing, if you're not sure what kind of heat transfer vinyl you have, if you're not sure if it requires this heat setting or that timer or whatever, what I would recommend you do is, I have a couple of old t-shirts that I've made mistakes on. So I've taken that t-shirt and kept it. And that's my test shirt. I have a piece of canvas, my test shirt, that kind of stuff. Bags that I've made mistakes on, I use the back of them as my test. I'll cut a small piece, just a little piece of the heat transfer vinyl I want to use, and I will put it on the product and use my best guess at what I think the settings are. If it works, awesome. Write it on the back. If it doesn't work, you haven't hurt a shirt, you hurt a test product that doesn't matter. So you can practice and use different settings, and maybe this will work, maybe that'll work. You can generally find your way, if you're not sure, by using a test piece and a test product. It'll save you money in the long run. It'll save you money on vinyl, because once you heat it, generally you're done. So that's just a little tip for you to save some time and still be able to use vinyl if you don't know really what it is. The next thing is manufacturer specs. The manufacturers of vinyl are very, very helpful. They want us to be successful. If we're successful with their product, we'll buy more. So they want us to be successful. They're very, very helpful at giving us instruction on how to do things. This one is from My Vinyl Direct. I will link to these so you can go download them. What I do, mine are in a notebook in a plastic sheet or laminated, and when I'm not sure, gosh, I've got some, Siser HTV, I don't remember, I'll go to my cheat sheet, and I have my settings right there. So this is a nice little graph from My Vinyl Direct, and I'll link this for you so you can go get it for yourself. And it has all of their different vinyls on here, and it's a heat transfer vinyl quick guide. It tells you what it applies to, how to cut it, how to apply it, the timing, the pressure, the heat, how it peels, and care instructions after the fact. Great, great product. Another manufacturer, this one is MyCraftSource. They have the information on each of their products. I'll give you a link to this product so you can see how they post everything. Crystal Eye Candy, otherwise known as Glitter Eye Candy. My friend Dawn, great gal to do business with, very fair, very reputable. She has all the instructions here on each of her products. So when you buy from her, you can easily look and copy what needs to be done. I'll put a link. Another really good company is Brilliant Vinyl. Here's one. This is a great chart. I like charts. I'm a geeky chart list maker, so I like charts. I keep them at my desk in a notebook. I'll put a link to this as well. And this one is Expressions Vinyl, whom I really like Expressions Vinyl. Their prices are really competitive, and like Dawn from Glitter Eye Candy, they're great to do business with. I deal with both of those companies regularly. And this is another chart for how to apply and use their heat transfer vinyl. They want you to be successful. I'll put the links in. Go, download them, use them. This is to your benefit. As far as the Cricut Easy Press, I looked on Pinterest and found a site called suburbanwifecitylife.com. Don't remember that because I'll put a link in the video. And this is Cricut Easy Press settings. No guesswork. Easy, easy, easy. Follow the directions. Do what it says. I will link to all of these products in the comments of the YouTube video and in the blog post. Okay? That's everything I know about heat transfer vinyl, and maybe some of you were afraid to ask. I don't know. But it's not that hard. Just follow the directions. Take your time. And if you're not sure, test. Okay? If you're not sure, test. That's all you have to do. Let's see. Did I forget anything? I don't think I forgot anything. I think I got everything. Awesome. All right. Thank you for joining me. I enjoyed my time with you. And again, this is Holly Pike from svgforfunandprofit.com. Come and join my blog. It's free. And please, again, if you're on YouTube, please subscribe and click the bell so that you're notified of new videos when they come out. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it.